Well. Welcome, welcome. If you do come in the building, you know, be ready for this program. So yeah, today on Ilkan Ali show, we were having a discussion about, marriage, and we were also having about the dating market. And I came on there and I just broke it down pretty easy. Women dictate play in the dating market, in a relationship, and the marriage. And I'm hearing, oh man, but Ali said men control the access to marriage. No. How are you going to control the access to marriage when you have to ask for it? You have to ask, right? She has the right to say no. If she says no, then you're not getting married. So how do you control the access? Control the access means you go in when you want to. That means you just walk up to, that's caveman. Walk up to her, put on your shoulder, and be like, you my wife. That's it. Ain't no bending on no knee. Ain't no ring, nothing. You just my wife. And that's it. But when you have to ask or phrase the question, will you marry me? If you have to get on one knee and ask the woman for her hand in marriage, she has the right of refusal. So that means you don't control the access. I would say it's maybe 50-50. I give it 50-50, right? Man, he asks, the woman has to say yes, right? But sometimes, and I mean, it's not too common. It's not too common, but sometimes the women ask the men to marry them. It's very, very rare. And the man has, once again, it's the right to refusal. But you can't, controlling the access means you go in and get married, and that's it. You say, we're getting married, and that's it. And if she says no, right, then there's consequences. Meaning this is not negotiable. That's the control. But if you ask and she says no, then you are not in control. If you ask a hand in marriage, you're not in control. Control means you just get what you want, and that's it. This is not negotiable. That's control. That's control. But if she says no, then you're not getting married. And then even if you ask her, right, she becomes your fiance. You're not even married yet. She might say yes. And then what they do, they call off their engagement. So I don't know where men get these talking points. I don't know where men get this at. I don't know where men get this from. I don't know where they came up with that idea. Oh, that men control the access to marriage. When all she gotta do is say, no, nigga. All she gotta do is say no. What you gonna do if she say no? And pretty much if you ask a woman to marry you, she say no, the relationship's pretty much over. In some cases, I mean most cases, right? There's a few that they still go on. I very rarely hear people ask twice. Usually it's over. The guy you guys usually move on. But for men to say they control access to marriage is a buffoonery. It is a very delusional perspective. You can't control if you have to ask. Asking, if you're presented a question, If you go up to somebody's house and say, may I come in? They can say yay or nay. That means you don't control the access. Because the person has a right to refusal. If you really look at it, if you ask a question, right? Well, will you marry me? That would leave the power to the woman, right? Because she can say yes or no. And that means she has the control of access. That's what would be the mean. I mean, help me understand. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm foolish. But if you have to ask a question, how are you controlling? We have to look at this from a realistic point of view. What does it mean? What do men mean that they control the access to marriage? How do we quantify this? How do we qualify the access? Who controls what, when, and where? Talk to me. How do we say men control the access to marriage? And we have to ask. That doesn't make sense. Access has to be granted, correct? If access has to be granted, then there's no control. Once again, if access has to be granted, there's no control. Prove me wrong, right? That's like me saying, you know, hey, come here, can I go into your house? And you say no, then I can't go in. Now you can force your way and you go to jail. You can, you know, you can try to convince me, but if you have to, if access has to be granted, then there's no control. Once again, if access has to be granted, then there's no control. Period. If men are claiming to have all this power, well, we control the access to marriage. We control the access to marriage. Men control the access to marriage, and women control the access to sex. Then why ask a question then? And to be real, a lot of women, a lot of women, they put the pressure on men. A lot of women say to the men, "Are you going to marry me or what?" Right? They put it. A lot of women give men ultimatums. Where are we going? Where's this going? Are we going to get married? If we're not getting married, then there's no need of us going any further. Most women are pushing the issue. They put the pressure on the guy. The women are the one who really want it. They'd be like, hey, what you gonna do? What you gonna do, fool? Right? Most men don't even push the issue like that. Most men don't even feel confident in asking their women to get married unless she pressed the issue. Right? So the woman's one who's dictating, she's dictating pace. Because most guys, they don't feel they're financially ready. And then a lot of guys, they're not sure. And pretty much women the one who put their foot down. They be like, look, what we doing here? What we doing here? Which then forces the man, then he has to say, okay, either I'm going to marry her or we're going to break up. So I don't understand, how are we saying men control the access? When I seen men get refused on national TV, I see the man get on his knee on a baseball game. He asked his girl, it was a Dodgers, and he said, "Baby, will you marry me?" She said, "No." That nigga felt stupid. And this is a lot. I've seen this happen a lot. And I don't know why dudes do this in front of everybody. A lot of dudes like to do it, in front of a lot of people, I guess, to try to get a for sure answer, or for sure yes. But I've seen women say no. I've seen women tell men, no, I do not want to marry you. So how do the man control the access if the women are saying no? Some saying yes, some saying no. The man is asking his access to be granted. So you can want to marry the woman all you want to. Yeah, this is gonna be my wife. You're gonna be my wife. But if she refuses, then there will be no marriage. And if the woman refuses marriage, there's no marriage. If she says no, there's no marriage going to happen, nigga. I mean, why can't we just keep this real? Is it just men want to have some type of power, some type of control to make them feel good? Let me know. Because I'm a little confused. When we talk about control, that means I go up there, bitch, we get married. That's it. That's control. What's up? We're going to get married tomorrow. I don't give a fuck what you. This is not negotiable. That's control. But if I have to say, baby, get on one knee, go by the ring first. Get on one knee, baby, will you marry me? That is asking for access to be granted. And if you have to ask for access to be granted, that is not control. Control is you just go in and you say, we're getting married on this day, and that's it. This is not negotiable. This is what you have to do. So I need for men to clear this up with me. I'm not worried about the women. I need the men to clear this up with me. If we got control, then why we got to fucking ask? Because once again, I've seen men ask women to marry them, and the women said no. I've seen this on national TV, in the restaurants. I've seen this. The woman said, no, nigga, pick that shit up. Get on, keep it pushing. I'm not saying that I'm like trying to make fun of them and that. I'm just saying I've seen men get turned down. So how the fuck do we have control? Well, I'm just trying to figure out why everybody keep coming to my channel and then nobody want to come and tell me or refute or help me understand because I'm confused. Because the way I think of control is you dictating. Yeah, ain't no motherfucking negotiating. Ain't no asking. That's what control means to me. Control means to me is this is going to happen and I don't give a fuck. This is going to happen. That's control. Ain't no me actually or phrasing a question or answering a question exhibits any type of control. Because if the person is able to, the other party able to refuse, then it's not control, nigga. It's not control. But I guess men want this, once again, can men handle the truth? Do we want to believe the lie too? Is that what it is? Are we delusional? I mean, help me out. Help Ruthless to understand. They say, Ruthless, you too hard. What you mean? Man control access to marriage. How when he has to ask the fucking question? And then she can say yes or no. She has the right to refuse. And if she refuses, you lose. Help me to understand this shit. Niggas just be talking. Oh, we control the access to marriage. How? Help me understand. Type in the chat. Come on the panel and help me understand how do men control the access. I put 3 question marks on the title. Pull up. Because why can't nobody tell me? Because they don't have an argument for me. Because I know I'm right about it. I know Rufus is right about this one. I've been wrong before, but I'm right about this one. I know I'm right about this one. I know that men do not control the access to marriage. I'm 100% guaranteed that can't nobody beat me in this argument. Can't nobody come up here making a rational case, a logical case that, hey, Rufus, this is how men control the access to marriage and win. When America came over here, the white, whatever the Europeans came over here, they didn't ask the Indians for access, right? They put the guns to her head and said, we taking this shit, nigga. Break yourself. And if you do not comply, you're going to die. They took this country. Niggas ain't getting married like that. Ain't nobody getting married like that. You have to ask. I see niggas get on one knee. Let it be clear, that won't be me. But I see niggas get on one knee. Baby, please. Because when you get on one knee, that's a form of submission and begging, nigga. You're bowing down, nigga. You're almost begging her to marry you. So how is that control? How is that control? When you got to when niggas are saying, getting on one knee, and if she says no, it is the ultimate humiliation. Nobody wants to get turned down, but it's the chance you're willing to take because you don't have the control. You're risking it. You're rolling the dice. So there is no control factor. You're just hoping for the best, nigga. You're hoping for the best. You're hoping that, hey, you're assessing, okay, we've been happy. We've been growing together. We've been going here. We have this. We have a few arguments here and there, but for the most part, going strong, texting, sexting, you know, she knows my family and her family, right? We've been building, we have these dreams, we've been dreaming together. Then you assess, okay, now let me ask her. Because once again, she has the right of refusal. She can easily say no. No. She can say no. Help me understand. Help me understand. Am I going crazy? Am I going crazy? I don't have to ask her. She doesn't have to accept. So I'll say it's 50-50 at best. It ain't, I have total, like, if I ask, it's a guarantee she gonna say yes. Because in that case, marriage would be 100 100, right? 100% successful. If I say ask, she gonna 100% say yes. But there's been percentage of women say no. And then even when you ask and she say yes, I've heard of people calling off their weddings. Call it, oh, no, I don't want to be your fiance no more. I'm calling the wedding off. So even if you ask, right, that doesn't mean y'all going to cross the threshold. Because she can change her mind. Or you can change your mind. So it's 50-50 at best. 50-50. That's the best I can do. 50-50. But typically, the man's not going to back out if he asks. Most times it's going to be the woman. So I'm going to say 70-30. 70% of the time the women back out, 30% of the time the man don't. He backs out. But it does happen, right? Come and find out she fucking your best friend, right? But this is an illusion. This is an illusion of power here, right? You think, oh, because I got to buy the ring and I got to ask, that's control? How is that motherfucking control? You can't make her marry you. You can't make her do it. You can't force her to do it. You can't force her to do it. I believe my argument is unbeatable. You cannot force her to say yes. You can try to convince her, help maybe change her mind. Because ruthless, first of all, I'm anti-marriage. But if I did get married to a woman, if I really thought, hey, I want to get married to a woman, I'm just gonna tell her, look, I'm gonna go down and get this ring. Are you down or what? I'm not getting on no knee in front of no whole bunch of people. Are you down or what? We're gonna do it in private. I'm not doing my shit in front of the public. But you can't clown me. Have me looking stupid. Because you can never know a person's heart, man. You can never truly know a person's heart. You can only hope that they love you, like they say they love you. Right? You can only hope that they you know, are in at one with you, or the connection is real. But once again, marriage is not even guaranteed. So how can you guarantee control if you can't guarantee the outcome? There is no guaranteed outcome. So we're seeing that people who are married are getting divorced every day. Every day they get divorced. What's up? What's up, Ignorant? This nigga Ignorant TV. Maybe Ignorant can help me out. Cause ain't nobody talking. I don't know who listening. But if man control the access to marriage, why the fuck they gotta ask the question then? Help me understand, Ignorant. If you gotta say, baby, why you think they get divorced? Because they ain't fucking with you like that. They don't love you no more. They don't want you no more. You're not listening to them. Or so for men, most time when men get divorced, either she made it unbearable, so unbearable for him, and she probably fucked his cousin, he'll leave. He'll divorce her. He'll divorce her. It would have to be the very extreme, more extreme for a man to divorce his wife. Have to be very extreme. Because once again, men are not only emotionally invested, but we're financially invested. So for a man to divorce a woman is very, very hard to do. She would have to do something like he got to walk in the house and hear or see her on the phone getting fucked by somebody. Some shit like that. It's over. Women, they just ain't happy. They like, fuck you. It could be, I don't fuck with you. I don't love you no more. I ain't happy with you no more. Bye. That's why they get divorced. But it's many reasons, but for women, it's because they're not happy with you no more. They don't have feelings for you no more. And for men, it's got to be what I told you. So yeah, that's why they get divorced. But men, I hear all the time men say they control the access to marriage. I hear it all the time. But if you control the access, nigga, you can't ask questions. You can't say, baby, will you marry me, and have control. You gotta just go up there and say, yo, bitch, we getting married tonight. Shut up. Get in the car. That's not happening. What? Excuse me? Huh? What? Now that's kidnapping, nigga. Yeah. That's not happening. So you have to ask the question. You have to pop the question. I see niggas get on their knees. Will you marry me? And the bitch say, no. Get your ass up. Get off that knee. Because it's not going to change my mind. In the front of the whole motherfucking baseball stadium. With 100,000 attendants. I see it at a football game, a baseball game, basketball game. And the bitch say no. But this is mainly white guys do that. I ain't never seen no brothers. But the white guys, I've seen them do it and get crushed. I've seen women say no. Hell no. So how do I have control if she has the right of refusal? Are men just delusional? Help me out. Somebody help me. If men just delusional to think they have control of who they get married to? When she can say, hell no, nigga. She ain't fucking with you like that, nigga. I ain't marrying you. What you gonna do, nigga? What you gonna do? Pull a pistol out? I'm just trying to say, are men delusional about this access control to marriage when they have to fucking ask for access granted? You're asking to be granted access. And if access is denied, nigga, that means you don't have control, nigga. That means she said no, nigga. That means she has the right to refuse you. And if she has the right to refuse you, You don't control the access. Pretty plain and simple. The ring and the yes got to go together. But I'm trying to make sense of this. I'm trying to make sense of this. Oh man, I've been in this space for over 2 years, 2.5 years now, maybe 3. And I hear men say, men control the access to marriage. Women control the access to relationships. What the fuck is the fuck? How is that possible? Tell me, how is that possible? If, I don't know, man. Maybe I'm going crazy. Maybe, am I going crazy? Say, Rufus, you crazy? You don't know what you're talking about. Say, Rufus, you crazy? You don't know what you're talking about. I ain't gonna block you out the chat. I'm just gonna be like, okay, substantiate your argument. I'm just saying, if y'all saying, Rufus, you crazy, men control the access to marriage, saying to chat, Rufus, you crazy because men control that access. And then I'm gonna ask you to prove it. Prove my argument wrong. I'm open for a fair discussion. I'm open for a fair discussion. My ears open. If somebody can come say, you're wrong, Rufus, men control the access to marriage, I will concede if you come with a really unbeatable argument, which I doubt it. I'm 100% doubt it. I'm like 100% sure you can't beat me. But you never know. Maybe somebody got some information I don't know about. Maybe somebody knows something I don't know. Maybe somebody know that, hey, you control the access to marriage. Well, then maybe you could come answer or ask Rufus, why you got to, if I say, well, why the fuck you got to ask the question, then maybe you can help me and say something of that question means something else. I don't know. But I'm looking for somebody to come up here and convince Ruthless that men control the access to marriage. I don't see it. I don't see it. I mean, help me out. If I'm going crazy, help me out. It still has, because in my opinion, it has to be mutual. Marriage has to be mutual to get married. It has to be, both parties have to agree. Both parties have to agree. If one party has the intentions to get married and the other party doesn't agree, then there will be no marriage. Help me out, gentlemen. Help me out. Somebody prove me wrong. Tell me I'm crazy. I'm happy with that. And then prove it to me. Don't just say you're crazy and don't add context, because context matters. I got that from my boy Angry Man. Context matters. Show me that men controls this access to this marriage. Show me that a man can make this woman marry him by going against her will. Show me a man can take away her free will agency, which everybody say everybody got. Pull up. I got the link up there. Or go in the chat. And guess what? I concede. If you can prove me wrong, I will concede. I think it's just a play on ego. I think men are down so bad in this gender war that they want something to hang on to. They want something because they get dog walked by women. I think they just want something to say. We have this. At least we have this. This is ours. We control the access to marriage. I think men just want to have that for the, I guess, to, massage the ego a little bit. Men just want to say, oh, we control the access to marriage just to make us feel good about ourselves. Hey, I'm a man. I control the access to marriage. But when you lay out the context, the process of getting married, it doesn't add up. All I want to know is, can anybody pull up and tell Ruthless, break it down to me, why men control the access to marriage? That's all I want to know. I'm gonna play this video real quick, and we're gonna see, man. But ain't nobody put up right now. We're gonna hear this go down.
So that's game coach stuff. That's what I'm saying.
It ain't necessarily game coaching.
Yeah,
it's being strategic about how you move, and now you make yourself more valuable. See, we've been looking at like you was talking about the 6 foot, and all that means nothing. What women want is security, brother. They want security, right? They want to be secure in your space. You want to be secure in her space.
They feel secure. They claim they feel secure with the big nigga. They don't feel safe. They feel safer with the big nigga.
Well, you can feel safer.
Women, the security they're talking about is not physical, nigga. Because they can call 911 who better than you. 911 can outdo you, nigga. When they talk about when they want to feel security, they want financial security and they want emotional security. That means they don't want you out there slinging that dick. And they want financial security as well. That's the security they want. They don't need you to protect them and secure them. They got 911 for that. Because they will use that shit against your ass. The problem is there is no safety.
Right? That, like I said, that's your views, bro. I don't know what women think. I just know that if I'm attracted to her, she gonna have to tell me no. You understand?
I mean, that goes without saying.
That's just how I move. I don't know how nobody else moves. I'm not afraid of whatever's in my face. I'm gonna do what I can. If I get knocked down, then that's you now have lessons, right? You now have lessons to move on to the next one.
Yeah, see, we both older. We both got gray in our beard, so we come from that generation. I know you used to do it. We used to be in the mall where we used to be with our homeboys. We used to play that game. I pick a girl, you holler at her. And basically,
we play that game, how many you can pull and how many I'm going to pull.
Yeah. And one of me, my 3 step brothers, and 2 of my cousins. They'll point at a girl, and I got to holler at her. And then I point at a girl, and they got to holler at her. And we used to get each other like that, and that's how we build our fortitude and shit. Just a code approach,
right?
And trust me, they never pick easy girls to holler at. They'll pick someone fine. Like I'm 5'7". They're gonna pick a girl 5'9", 5'10" for me to go holler at.
Who you talking about? You talking about the guy that woman desires?
No, he's talking about when we were young. He was speaking of when men were younger or in a different generation where we would go out and physically, pressure ourselves. Go holler at her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But the guys who were pre-selected, the women came to them.
They
didn't have to go holler at them.
That's a fact.
That's how we know. That's how we know. That's the difference. That's the difference. You just showed up. And the dude that go in the club and just post up, he just posted up. Yep. And the men trying to buy drinks, a man trying to talk to a woman, a man trying to show. That's the difference between who know and who don't know. You ain't got to do nothing. They just show up to you. They hit you up.
Yeah. We have
my guy.
We have those dynamics.
That's what you tell the younger generation. We got to start telling them the truth.
I'm telling them to go holler at them.
The truth is it's about what you magnetize, right?
Let me say this.
When you take care of yourself, right, and you make yourself number one.
There you go, Bernie.
You create the space for another woman to want to be within yourself.
There you go.
I get that.
What Ali is describing is magnetism, right? Every masculine man has that naturally. The difference is some of us cultivate it, some of us don't even know we have it, right? So you're talking about the difference between a man that's 300 pounds versus a man that looks like the 6'8" Fabio, right? The difference is mindset. However, availability and access also plays a huge part. So we can't speak from that space that it's only, I have this mantra and I've adopted this lifestyle and I've adopted this disposition, in order for me to flourish in this field. And you can do that too when not everybody receives struggle the same way. Not everybody receives rejection the same way. Some niggas get rejected and go in the tank for 3 months, right? Like, we have to acknowledge that. And until we can bring those people up to where the baseline is, I don't know what that is. Like, we can't speak to the lower, lesser man like as if he is us.
But we hold on. See, the
the one
thing
that
is,
thinks he's lower.
Let me tell you what a disconnect is. It's because time is different now. Yes, we used to do that when we was growing up, when we was younger, but it's different now. These young men that's growing up right now, they have been raised in the house more than likely by their mom, so their mind is completely different from ours too. Yeah. So that means we have to come to the younger generation with a different approach. Yeah. We have to come to them from a reality standpoint and get them up to speed into this modern time scenario that we have to live in. So we have to do it. We have to do it that way.
Doesn't exist anymore. Like, you
we have to. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. So I want Rufus to get in there as well too. Like, are you rebuttaling them?
Well, yeah, everybody's a little off here. The women are dictating the pace. They're dictating the date market. They're dictating the marriage.
Yeah, they're naturally hypergamous.
Are you telling men to do? Are you telling men? Most men are acquiescing to that woman when he first meets her. Mm-hmm. He's coming in showing, look, I'm a provider. Look, I'm a protector. And she's interviewing him. Mm-hmm. She's dictating. And then she got 30 dudes lined up behind him, right? Mm-hmm. And then the one she picks is going to be the one she thinks, first the attraction thing, and then who acquiesces to her the best, right? Who treats her the way she wants to be treated, not the way you want to treat her. So women are dictating play. So therefore, what we have to tell men now is you have to love yourself, because if you try to sign up for somebody else's happiness, you are a damn fool. Yeah. Because happiness is very difficult to keep for someone else.
That's what I have to slightly disagree with that.
Hold on.
Who disagree? Hold on. Who disagree?
Hold on real quick. That was me. I disagree.
Let him get. He ain't got some more, so I'll bring you back and let him get him some. Let G get some, man. Pause.
Yeah. So if you're saying that women are dictating this whole dating market, well, not really. It's because they're only dictating because the men are allowing the women to do that. See, you got a lot of these conversations is always absent of like men having the power in these situations as well. That he can also interview her. You know, when he's on a date and she's over here just on her phone and he's trying to have a conversation with her, get to know her, and yet she's just being all just dismissive and just doesn't want to like engage with him. Why is he staying in that situation? But you're right that a lot of dudes are also just trying to like appease her and trying to convince her and trying to draw her in and trying to like just really try to plead to her to try to get with him. That's true. And a lot of dudes need to stop doing that. But at the same time, you also as the man have power in that situation to just walk away, because she's not really being, you can tell that she's just trying to use you. She's just not really being that, you know, enthusiastic when she's around you. So I need that those conversations need to insert like, yes, men, you also have power in that situation as well to not go with the BS.
Right. I got a rebuttal. So
the thing of it is, right, is here's the problem you're missing. Most men are betas. Most men are sympathetic, are simps. Majority are large. So they're already coming in a deficit. They're already looking, they pedestalizing these women. Oh, she's, and then they've been taught by their mama, their single mama, that women are queens and that you should treat them this type of way. Then they daddies and they uncles and them telling them, girl, you better be nice to that girl, right?
Well, true.
This is the accountability part that women have, right? Because nobody ever holds them to it, because everybody always makes an excuse for them. See, well, we got to realize most of these homies in this space are used car salesmen for these women, right? They're trying to sell us a bad product. So therefore, women are dictating play because dudes are trying to sell them to the other dudes, the betas, the simps. Oh yeah, get you a good woman. Go out here. Go get married. The nuclear family, right? That's the biggest title on this platform. But we understand that women don't care about nuclear family like men do. They'll destroy. They'll blow up the house. They will put their happiness before they will put anything else. And for the last point is a woman will never love you more than she loves herself. So therefore, if you're foolish to try to get a long-term commitment and think it's going to be, and let me preface this, a healthy commitment. There's a difference, right? There's a difference. You can get long-term commitment and unhealthy. That's easy. But a healthy long-term commitment, that's virtually impossible because the only way you're going to be able to make that relationship last duration is maybe it's 5 years, maybe 6, I don't know, is dependent upon the regulator of her emotions within herself. And we all know women are enslaved to their emotions. And longer they're enslaved to their emotions, you're expendable, buddy. And so therefore, you have to acquiesce, and this is why they're dictating play. And then last thing, the courts also giving them incentives. So they have a lot of things to you're expendable to them. So
it's exactly.
Is that two of you, Truth? Ruthless Truth? Is that two of you? Yeah, kind of different today. We gotta watch out.
Well, here's where
and then I'm gonna bring two people back in the center, okay?
Yeah, so
and once again, right? She's dictating play. They're dictating play. These women are dictating because why? Most men are conforming to the happiness of the woman from day one. Their men are already coming ready to pay for all the dates. Men are already ready to come and, acquiesce to her emotional imbalance. Men are already ready to sexually please her. Men are willing to do damn near anything it takes to make these women happy. But the women, they don't give a they only do bare minimal. They just do bare minimal. And they're the ones giving the interview. And this is why women think they're the prize. And men say they're the prize. So if they're the motherfucking prize, then how can we control the access to marriage when she thinks she's better than you? Because if she thinks she's the prize, she thinks she's better than you. She thinks she's better than you. She thinks she's better than you. And this is the way the women think. This is why they think they're the prize. There's dudes I've been on their panel, and I said men were the prize, and them niggas' wives got me up out of there. And the husband didn't even bring me back. He didn't even bring me back up. It was his show. I said men are the prize. His wife and a few other wives got me up out of there and banned me and would let me back. And then told me, they said in the chat, you're not going to ruin my thing here. I'm the motherfucking prize. So this is why women are dictating play, because men, they already come, number one, with a mental deficit to this woman. I need to make her happy. Women, opposite, right? They're coming, okay, I'm looking for the man to make myself happy. This is how this is going. The women are interviewing niggas. They're friend zoning niggas. This how this is going.
I still have to kind of push back on that, where you're allowing her to have that kind of power over you, just like what Sacred said. It's a mindset thing. I'm not saying that obviously you can't get every woman that you meet, or every woman's going to be just want to be with you. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying that you don't need to be getting into those situations that are just not into your benefit as well. See, the problem is what you described as all these beta men who are willing to do that, willing to tolerate, women's, whatever women give them. Yes, it's because the reason why they're quote unquote dictating stuff is because those same betas are giving their power away to the women, and that's where they think they're dictating it. But again, just like even when the last time I was on the show, I was trying to explain to Ali is that it's if more men were to not tolerate crap anymore, not tolerate the BS, then women will be forced to change. It's because women have that safety net. It's because women have dudes who are going to bail them out. It's because that dudes do not have enough self-respect, and they're in large majority, and that's where you're correct, they're in large majority. It's because they think they have the power to dictate the dating market. But also us men, we also have power to dictate the dating market based on what we're willing to tolerate, because a lot of these women, they don't like to be by themselves. They don't like to be alone. They don't like to be, they can do all this rah, rah, rah. I am, feminists, hear me roar, I hate the patriarchy. But when they go home at night and they got nobody to sleep next to or somebody to talk to, that's going to affect them over time. That's going to affect them sooner or later. So either way, regardless of what you think, who has like more power or not, or who has the steering wheels in this dating market, it's more about who is willing to be the person that they want to be and go for the things that they want. At the same time, with the other party, what are you willing to tolerate, and what are you willing to walk away from, and what are you willing to keep within the relationship, or at least interacting with the woman going into the relationship, and upholding those standards to make sure that both parties are getting what they want out of the situation. That's what it is. Like, we also as men have power in this situation, but we constantly give it away to the women who are just not worthy of that power, and they abuse it because they can.
Hold on, Definite G. How old are you, brother?
29.
You think most of these men now are staying in a relationship or leaving now?
Staying.
They still staying, right? And even when they stay, the women are leaving them, right?
Yeah, most of the time.
Okay, and if you don't stay, you leaving, right?
Facts.
Yeah.
So why do you think that's going to?
About men and dating website app.
Exactly.
TikTok is primarily about women complaining about how the men they want don't want them. Someone that's dictating and running some shit doesn't have those complaints. So I get it. And one more point you made. You're talking about 80% of men are betas or simps. That's irrelevant, null and void, because women don't want 80% of men. They don't want those guys anyway. As much as women utilize a simp, they're not attracted to, or do they like simps? They are disgusted by simps. What they really want is the man, the dominant man that they want to be with them and treat them right. They would use a simp, but the whole time he's getting lukewarm vagina.
What's your rebuttal? What's your rebuttal? Because I got a rebuttal to you too, Red Pill. What's your rebuttal? What's your rebuttal?
One is the women are dictating the dating market because they're friend zoning 70% of the dudes they run into. Right? That's one, right? They're friend zone. They got 12, 13 dudes in friend zones for years, not just days and months, years. That's one, right? Two, the one, we do understand women will spend their resources, their money to chase the elite guys with all the nice trickle things. But when they get those men, some of them get them. Or one, when they do get with those men, the problem is they want that man to serve them. They're not looking for those men to serve. So this is why the rich man, the poor man, the high earning man are getting left. The women are leading the divorce rate. They're the ones opting out. The men aren't opting out. The women are the ones telling the men if they're going to be in a friend zone or they're going to be their man, right? She's saying it, and then she has all these demands. The man is coming with, you need to pay for all this. The dinner, right? She's not pulling out her wallet, right? She's living there, okay. And then some of the women say, well, what restaurant are you taking me to, right? If you say the wrong restaurant, she's blocking you because she got 10 dudes, even though she may not want them on be streaming. She may not want them, but she'll take that free meal, right? Because he's going to take her to Mastro's, and she'll get that free steak, lobster mac and cheese, nigga, please. So when we really want to look at this, are women dictating the play? Yes, because more men are not getting to the box. More men are acting thirsty, right? Not only that, we're moving into the prostitution era now, right? Well, women are now even coming out saying they want men to pay just for them to even get to that.
Well, how are we thirsty? How are we thirsty but not showing up to the dating events and mysteries at the same time? Two things ain't making up. We thirsty. How are we thirsty, but we not showing up to the mixers and the dating events at the same time? How are we thirsty? Hold on.
We are living in the prostitution era. This is it. Pay to play and get the fuck out the way. That's what the women are saying. Listen, if Ruthless, if I tell you a duck could pull a truck, hook that motherfucker up, I'm observing and I'm participating in with these women, and I listen, I talk to them. I listen to what they say, and I see how they're moving. These women have got them a new husband. They divorced the man and married money and self. Women are marrying themselves and the money. Women are in love with themselves. So they don't need men to ultimately breathe and take care of them. Women power is, I can sell this pussy before I bow to a man. Come on now. These women will sell that coochie before they serve a man. Because what women love more than men is money. At the end of the day, why? Because money doesn't argue with them. Money don't cheat on them. Money don't lie. And money doesn't question what they buy. Women have now said, there's a for sale sign, for sale, coochie, vagina, for sale. But I'm not selling you what's not for sale anymore is my time of quality time with you. Those days are coming to an end. Those days are coming to an end, gentlemen. This is why the divorce rate is going up. The marriage rate is going down. Because women are saying, I don't want to marry niggas, and niggas saying they don't want to marry men. The women don't marry the men because they want to live their best life. They want to be able to maximize whatever it is they think they can do, make money. Men don't want to marry because they don't want to get left holding the bag. They don't want to invest all this money and time into these women, and she leaves them anyway. Listen, marriage is not absolute. It's not absolute, nigga. You ain't got to do that shit to be a man. Men are valuable with or without women. We are valuable with or without women. We don't need to marry them to get value as a man. Even though we believe in marriage more than women do. That's definitely true. We believe in marriage way more. We believe in a nuclear family so motherfucking much. But the women don't give a fuck about it. That's why they'll leave. That's why they break the family up. No problem. No problem. They won't lose a motherfucking week of sleep. Because these women have picked the independence over codependent.
How are we thirsty when I can show you hundreds of videos on TikTok of women saying men don't approach women anymore? How are we thirsty but not partaking in the dream?
Because we're on it.
They are checking out.
So the man that they want ain't approaching them. So the problem is this: truth is right. Most of these relationships and marriages, the women are leading. Red pill. These men, a lot of these men.
No, I agree with that. No, I agree with that. I won't argue that.
So, but the market they're leading to, because men will still save the woman off the. He'll still take her off that stripper pole. He'll still date the OnlyFans woman. He'll still date these media these vixens, these influencers. Like most of these women can still get men. They just can't get the men they want, which is the minority of men. But most men would do anything for these women to get a touch of women, to get a sniff of a woman, to be with a woman. So I used to think what you thought.
Would they really? They won't go to dating events. So would they really do anything? They won't.
No, they don't. They're not going. Red pill. Why would you go to the dating events and know the women ain't going? They not approaching because they know they're not going to pick them. So
if I go to the grocery store for food, if I want something, I'm gonna go where it's at.
Red pill. When they did the data on when they did the data on the dating apps, women swipe left on 80% of men. They only swipe right on. That means that we're smart now. A guy not approaching because he don't want to approach. A guy not approaching because he know he's not going to get picked. A guy ain't going to the club. Well, he'll still go to. Men will still go to the club, and they'll all be right there.
Actually, that's a problem now. We're not even going to the club like that no more.
That's not my point is this. Okay, watch. I'm gonna ask you the question. If all women were bad, would you still have sex?
I don't even gotta like a woman to fuck them. So yes.
If all women were bad, would you still attempt to marry a woman and start a family?
All? No.
And I would tell you this. You can say that right now, but it's in our nature to keep messing with. If all women were bad, men would still try to be with women. It's in our nature. We still want kids. We still want a family. All she has to do is tell you what you want to hear, just like we want it. They want to hear what we want to say, and you one blowjob from the plantation. Most men can't wait. Most men can't wait for a woman to tell them what they want to hear too. That's the other elephant in the room. It ain't the only person who want to believe the lies ain't women. Men want to believe it too. You know what, baby? I'm not the woman I used to be. I'm not that same woman. You know how I know? Most men get in relationships with that same story. They'll get with a woman and she'll say, my baby daddy was this way. The last dude was this way. All of them never knew how to treat me. And most of us ain't get like this till we got in our 30s to start understanding how women were. It's in our nature to actually love them and want to be with them. It's in their nature right now to pick the guy they feel is best for them. And because they're the epitome of love, they don't feel like they got to change, and they don't have to change. That's why they stay where they are. So they control the market. If they're good women, we're going to be better men. If they're thoughts, we're going to just be having sex, and some men going to still try to wife them. But for what Ruthless is saying, Red Pill, women do run the market currently. We don't run nothing.
But if they do run it, they're running it terribly because they're not remotely getting the outcomes they want. So if you're not getting the outcomes you want, but let's agree they running it. If they running it, they are the most terrible managers in the history.
No. Stop right there. What can a woman get? No, that's not true. What is a woman? What are most women core things that they want from men that they're not getting? Red Pill, they wanted from you. What can your wife not get from you? And I'm saying like nothing.
My wife. Wives are winning, but most women not wives. We talking about these other chicks.
I don't want to go to the extreme. What will most men not do for these women?
Give them relationships.
No,
that's make them honest women. That's why so many single moms. Give them money because most of them are begging every day. So clearly they ain't getting no money.
I got to answer.
Begging the stallion is real. They constantly like, why don't man buy this? Why don't they begging for dates for Christ's sake?
Oh, you said it. No, they
dictate some shit and you begging for dates.
How long, Red Pill? As long as you've been doing this, they're not getting it from the guys they want. We keep complaining.
Well, then that's how they're not dictating anything. Yeah.
No, y'all are wrong. Y'all listen.
When you dictate, you get what you want.
I was in your shoes.
Exactly.
No, that's not true. No, they running everything. They just don't get the guy. Just because I don't get $5 million don't mean I can't get $1 million. They
Ali,
still
they don't want everything, Ali. We control marriage, they control relationships, bro.
Hey, if you get married,
that's just it.
Really? So why she divorced?
What? She divorced after
listen again.
bro.
I was in y'all's shoes again. When she get married to you, she leave you.
Listen, if we're being true red pill, right?
Yes.
He controls relationships. The fact that we're gonna be boyfriend and girlfriend. You control if y'all gonna get married.
Yes, and then who controls if we stay married?
That's another
state.
So you can't say that's another story.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
So, but answer it then. See, this
what I'm saying. What I'm saying is.
No, hold up, brother. Please slow down fast, because I'm intentional. I don't like just talking.
Okay, I'm not just intentional either.
No.
Once again, how do we control marriage? The access to it. When we have to ask the question. Control doesn't ask. Control does. When you control the access to your home, you don't ask nobody to go in that motherfucker. You'll pull out the key, you go up in that bitch. But when you go in somebody else's house, you got to ask them. Or they have to invite you. So that just, once again, that is just an illusion of men, little power, I guess a repeated talking point. But I understand. It's clear. Men do not control the access to marriage. Because the woman can say no. It's pretty simple. All the women got to do is say, no, I don't want to marry you. You guys are done. You guys are done if she says no. She has the right to refuse you. She has the right to complain about you. She has a right to leave you. She has a right to get another man. She has a right to get another husband. She has a right to say, fuck you. So we don't control it. Because she has a right to say, no, thank you. So, because, when you ask her to marry, ain't no guarantee she's going to say yes. Sometimes you can guess right. You know what I mean? Like, man, I think she's going to say yes. But it's still a gamble. It's still a gamble. Thank y'all for coming. Hit the like button. I'm out.